Hello. I'm reviewing The Amazing Spider-Man. And I'm reviewing The Amazing Spider-Man 2 in this video, and I give them both a 9 out of 10. They're as good as Captain America Civil War. Maybe a little cooler, though. Of movies. I like the Amazing Spider-Man movies. I thought it was as good as the third Captain America movie. To some, that's the best MCU movie. I don't think it's the best MCU movie, but I think it's one of the better ones that they have come up with. And greenlit and produced. And honestly, I give the Captain America movie, Captain America 3, a 9 out of 10. But it's not as good as the first two, though, is what I thought. But I'll share my thoughts on that some other time in a different video. Because I don't want to get sidetracked on from reviewing the Amazing Spider-Man movies and why I love them and why I think that they're a 9 out of 10. Is because Andrew Garfield's is a fucking riot as Spider-Man, finally. We got a funny Spider-Man in live action. And that makes all the difference in the world to give it a 9 out of 10. This is the first live action Spider-Man I didn't hated. When I saw this, growing up. And then we got Tom, and Tom would let me down. Tom Holland's Spider-Man let me down again. By making Homecoming. And the sequels. He was okay in Civil War, though, I guess. But I still think Andrew Garfield would have been a better Spider-Man if he played his version of Spider-Man in the MCU. And they made his Spider-Man canon in that universe. Is what I think he should have been the main Spider-Man of the MCU, because at least I wouldn't have felt left down and felt like I felt let down with Tom Holland's Spider-Man. I was kind of hoping Tom Holland was going to play a more comic book accurate Spider-Man based off the fact that he had the expressive eyes and had the most comic book accurate costume out of all the Spider-Mans. So I was kind of hoping that maybe Tom Holland would play a more comic book faithful adaptation of Spider-Man. You know, where he plays a Spider-Man with more, he plays a younger Spider-Man that's a more inexperienced but with more attitude, and basically a total shithead to the villains, and because he's just a jerk and likes to insult them. But that's not what we got from Tom Holland's Spider-Man. We never got him throwing the insults to the villains, however. And making those insults funny as jokes. Because those are the Spider-Man quips that we wanted to see, that we got to see finally Andrew Garfield deliver, that was lacking since, Spider-Man 2 happened. Let's face it, am I the one that knows, am I the one that knows that Maguire tried to, they actually tried to make Maguire funny in the first Spider-Man movie, but he couldn't do it? Am I the one that knows he couldn't deliver the Spider-Man, make the Spider-Man, the pod that Spider-Man was supposed to be good at being funny in? Supposed to be Spider-Man's humor. Am I the one that knows that Tom Maguire cannot deliver Spider-Man's clips and make them seem authentic like Spider-Man and funny like him? He like how he should sound with the clips. I mean, Andrew Garfield could do it. Only Andrew Garfield did it. Kept with the only Andrew Garfield could pull it off and pulled it off well. And I honestly thought why this is getting a 9 out of 10, this franchise, is because Maguire's is not Andrew's Spider-Man, because Andrew's Spider-Man, he felt like he was fun as Spider-Man. His character was fun. Had some level of fun to his personality, and because he was funny. Andrew's Spider-Man reminds me a lot more of Spider-Man from the Ultimate Comics of Spider-Man that I used to look at sometimes. When I sometimes looked at the Ultimate Spider-Man comic sometimes still. So I will appreciate, even though this I also like how this I like the villains in the movies, and the Andrews run. I like the Lizard, I like the Electro, and I like Green Goblin in the sequel of The Amazing Spider-Man that Harry Osborn becomes Green Goblin in the sequel, and I like the short-lived Paul Giamatti performance as the Rhino in The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I like his villain also. And I like both of the reimaginings designs of the Spider-Man costume that's in the first Amazing Spider-Man movie and the second Amazing Spider-Man movie. I think I like the sequel costume more. I just wish there was an explanation why he changed costumes in the content of the movie, Andrew's Spider-Man. But I do like the sequel costume a little more, I think, than the first costume from the first movie. And that's why I think I like the sequel, The Amazing Spider-Man 2, a little more than The Amazing Spider-Man 1. Mostly because I just love the costume that's in the sequel. So yeah, I give the Amazing Spider-Man movies a 9 out of 10. They're very fun. And I enjoy the stories that they told with the characters. And I like the side characters in these movies. Like Flash Thompson, Aunt May, and Uncle Ben even, and Gwen Stacy. And Kirk Connors, and even Kirk Connors, who becomes the Lizard. It was cool. Of a side character, like one of the main characters. Well, I guess that's one of the main characters, not a side character, because he becomes the main villain in the end. So I just realized I got confused for a bit moment, till I unconfused myself out loud. So I love the Amazing Spider-Man movie. I say recommend them to see them. And, that's why I give Amazing Spider-Man and the Amazing Spider-Man 2 a 9 out of 10. I love these movies. They're good, flaw masterpieces of their own, you know? Like, I think the stories, like, I think they could have, like, I think that the stories could have been, I mean, I think the stories have, the story in the Amazing Spider-Man movie, I feel like it has, like, its problems with here and there. But, so that's why I give it a 9 out of 10. Because I know there's problems with these movies, but I can't help but love these movies. And the characters, it was in the movies, in the stories, didn't suck, so I thought the stories were nice. Nice enough to enjoy again. As a fun, valuable popcorn flick. The more I rewatch these movies, the more I enjoy them. I can't ever feel like the more I watch them, the more value I find in them, watching them. For Maguire's Spider-Man and Tom Holland's Spider-Man, the same cannot be said. The same positive thing cannot be said about them. Maguire's and Tom Holland's Spider-Man. When they're in the roles as Spider-Man. The main movies that they're in. When they're the solo outing. That's why I thought those Spider-Man movies were so average, mediocre horseshit. And forgettable. The ones with Tom Holland and Spider-Man as Spider-Man and Maguire as Spider-Man. Only the entire trilogy was them. With Tom Holland and Maguire. Trilogy as Spider-Man. Okay? So yeah, that's why I think the trilogies with Spider-Man were horseshit, and Andrew Garfield's the only one I ended up liking in the end, I guess. Because he wasn't flat out a boring snorefest. Based off he was actually a fun character, I found. A fun character, and I, liked his version of Spider-Man brought to life. So that's why I give the Amazing Spider-Man movies a 9 out of 10. With Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man. Okay, subscribe by hitting the bell first. Second, hit the subscribe button. And then you get subscribed. That's how you get subscribed. And just hit the thumbs up. Like this video. Hit the thumbs up. It's a little hot out here, I think. So I'm a little winded. But I'm in the shade, so. And, check out my older content. Share my content. Audience, please. And when you check out my old content, remember to like them and hit the thumbs up on my older content. Goodbye.